Hey you guys, it's your girl Deborah. This is the thing we're pricing today. I sold this hat. I'm gonna tell you that I sold this hat for $55. Now we're going to do the math on this hat to see if I charged too less, if I should have charged a little bit more, all the things about how to price this hat, everything. And if you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to give you some suggestions on how you can have a little wiggle room when it comes to your pricing. Let's get started with pricing this hat. So for my new crochets, we are breaking down this hat. This breakdown is how I price my things. This is something that I picked up during research meaning Google and YouTube, and I pieced together my own way of pricing, but it works for me. And that's the whole thing. You have to just find what works for you. I'm going to give you my suggestions on how I do it, and then you just kind of tweak it and make it fit you. Everything that I'm telling you today can be applied to any of your other handmade items. This is going to vary if you're shipping. It's going to vary if you have all websites and all of that kind of thing. This is just a basic breakdown. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with our materials. All you need to make this hat pretty much was 2 skeins of yarn and a hook. My hooks, I don't really average my hooks into my cost because I use them over and over and over again, so I don't see how I could be able to do that. But if anybody has a suggestion, feel free. Okay, so on the yarn, I bought 2 skeins of yarn and I paid $4.99 for each yarn. I estimated on how much I used of each yarn because I did not use the whole skein. So on the first ball of yarn, I used it for the top of the hat. So I used pretty much all of that yarn. So I said 75%. So 75%, and then I took 75% off of the $4.99. That gave me a cost of $3.75. Then for the brim of the hat was another skein. I didn't use very much to make that brim of the hat, so I estimated about 25%. So 25% take away from $4.99 cost me $1.25 to make the brim of the hat. So I took the first hat, the first 75% of the yarn, and the second 25% of the yarn, I added that together. So the $3.75 plus the $1.25 gave me a total cost of $5. So for both skein of yarn, the amount that I used cost me $5 for that yarn. My hourly rate is $12. You can charge whatever you feel your time is worth. Minimum wage where I'm from, which is I'm here in Georgia, in the South is still $7.25 or something like that. So I charge $12 per hour for whatever I do. So I paid myself $12 an hour. It took me 2 hours to make the hat, so that's $24. I'm shipping this, or I'm packaging this up. So you have to add all of your packaging things in there as well. So first thing, I always add a business card to mine. I buy my business cards off Etsy. It costs me $17. So I get 500 business cards. So I take the $17 and I divide it by the 500. So rough estimate on that was 32 cents. So it takes me 32 cents for one business card. So as well as my thank you cards, I get my thank you cards off Etsy as well. It cost me $20 for 15 cards. So I take the $20 and I divide it by the 15, and that gives me 75 cents per card, per thank you card. Now my packaging, I use tissue paper and I use a box. I got both of these at the Dollar Tree, so it cost me $1.35 for this package, for the packaging. I always charge $2 extra on my, which is called a business expense. The reason I charge that because there's things that's foreseen. Like if you own an Etsy and you're selling this off Etsy, or if you own a website, you have to pay a monthly website fee. So $2 normally cover those type of things. Altogether, wholesale, with all my expenses, that's pretty much all the expenses for that hat. And for all those expenses, it cost me the grand total of $33.42. That's my wholesale. That is I can't charge less than $33.42. That's what I paid for it, so that's what I have to charge you. So I do a markup of 65%. The reason I do a markup of 65% because it takes lights for me to put that hat together. It takes gas money for me to take it to the post office or either deliver it to whoever I need to deliver it to. It's unforeseen issues that you have to charge for. So I always do a 65% markup. Do whatever markup you choose to do on your own expenses. So that's mine. So with the 65% markup, the $33.42 wholesale, so my grand total is $55. That's my retail. That is what I am charging the person that purchased it, $55. So after I do all of that, charge my $55, my profit is boom, $21.85. That's what I will bring home is $21.85. And so I did a great job. I made a profit on that hat. That's the whole goal of selling your handmade items. You want to be able to make a profit. Now, I did tell you, if you stay to the end of the video, that I would give you some suggestions on how to make your things more easier to price if you're feeling really uncomfortable for charging what you think it's going to cost you. Okay, one thing to save money on this hat is I use a variegated yarn. So I just use variegated yarn print. So that means I didn't have to buy all of these skeins of yarn to make each one of these colors that's inside of this top part. And also it makes it work up a lot easier too. So that's less time that I'm using and staying on this project. This will work up pretty quickly because I don't have to worry about changing my colors. Just buy a variegated yarn and you will get a lot of different colors in this one hat. Also, another thing you can do to kind of bring your price down is, as time goes on, you're going to move faster. And the faster you move, the less you can charge for your own hourly rate. You don't have to charge the $12. You can charge minimum wage. I don't recommend that, but you can also charge minimum wage, which would also take your costs down. Another thing you can do is buying your yarn on sale. Do not tell your customer that you're buying your yarn on sale, and always give your customers your retail price. I'll give them that. They don't have to know that you bought it on sale. But you're trying to make this a business and you're trying to turn a profit. You're going to have to become comfortable with selling things retail and pricing it out the way it is supposed to, knowing that everybody is not your customer. And if this video helped you, definitely hit that follow button. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.